Hello and welcome to the Inside Job Experiment. This is day 21 of Alignment is an Inside Job, the Summer of Coherence. This is my 3-month experiment where I'm practicing consciously aligning to my soul's purpose and life path, as well as my highest timeline through head-heart coherence. If you would like to jump in, you can start with the Summer Solstice video, which is the day that I started this, and I will link that below, or you can just jump in today. So what if the pain or trigger that you're feeling is not just the original wound or trauma? What if it's also a resistance that's been created because of a self-judgment or self-rejection that has been wrapped around it? I'm bringing this up because I started reading this book called The Core Light Healing by Barbara Ann Brennan. I will link it below if you're interested in reading it. It's an amazing book, but it was talking about healing and how much we make it harder for ourselves. And it's obviously in an unconscious way. It's not like this is normal for everybody, but humans, the human tendency is to we have this moment where something happens, and then in that moment, we wrap self-rejection around it, we wrap judgment around it, and it creates, she calls this the hard pain. So like there's the original trauma of whatever happened, and then that resistance around it, and then we create this hard pain. And then she talks about the only way to really get through it is to surrender to that resistance that we've created around it, whether it's self-rejection or judgment. Surrender to that, then we are allowed to go into the original wound, feel it, uncover it, and bring healing to it. And wouldn't you know that I had an amazing opportunity to get triggered and practice this. This is what I love about this work. The opportunities just magically come along. The other day, I had a pretty big trigger hit me, and it was a great opportunity to do this work and explore what Barbara Ann Brennan was talking about in this book. And so what I'm noticing is that the the letting go and the surrendering is the medicine to cut through that resistance around the pain and the trauma in order to see the core wound underneath and heal it, and to bring love and compassion to that. So basically, the trigger is simply information that there is a protective shell around this pain that we have. Surrender is letting go of that resistance that keeps us from seeing an energy within that wants to be healed and seen. When we talk about the hard pain and this resistance layer, what that can often look like is it can feel like the self-judgment of defensiveness or inner criticism, shame, blame, anger, sadness, and also mental looping. Soft pain is the vulnerable truth or the childlike consciousness that is revealed underneath that harder outer layer that was formed. The hard pain is not necessarily a bad thing. It really is simply just a protective mechanism. But at the same time, it can keep us from seeing that inner wound and healing the pain because the resistance around it has been built around that wound. In other words, hard pain is the armor, and the soft pain is the child's consciousness that's underneath it. And as we all pretty much know, because we've experienced it, triggers can feel really huge in the moment. And that's the point, because Triggers are there to give us information and to show us that there's something within us that wants to be seen and healed. The trigger is basically touching something that has been unfinished. It holds unresolved experiences or traumas or younger interpretations of our reality of that time, too. And it's simply asking to be seen so that it can be healed and loved and integrated so that you can feel a new whole version of yourself. Triggers do not mean that there's anything wrong with us or that we're a failure. They are simply a protective reaction that's asking for our presence. Today's coherence lesson is surrender is softening the resistance around the wound. The micro practice we're going to do today is called soften the shell. And so we're going to get present with your intention. Just call all of your energy and your spirit and your soul back to you. Deeply inhale, let it go, and just feel your energy returning to you. And now put one hand on your heart. You can close down your eyes. Take another deep inhale. Let it go. One more time. Let it go. One more time. Let it go. And now ask, how does this old trigger make me feel right now? Listen. And what is the feeling or the energy underneath these emotions? Just listen. And then ask, can I meet that part of me with one breath of love and compassion? And then say, thank you for trying to protect me. I'm listening now. And just be aware of what is coming up for you and what you hear. Whatever answers came to you are perfect. And if nothing came to you, just trust that something will come through, maybe in a couple hours, maybe on a walk. Maybe you could do some automatic writing or journaling, and that oftentimes will bring things up with that. It's a great technique. For today's mini experiment, pause in the middle of a trigger today. And without trying to fix it, without trying to analyze it, just notice. What is the hard pain? What is the soft pain? And what would surrender look like in this moment? Some examples of surrender are pretty simple. Just stop and listen to yourself. Maybe take a walk, do some breathing, maybe cry, stop defending, choose not to act from the trigger, and give that younger part of yourself your presence. This is not about taking care of the whole wound all at once. It's just about one moment of softening into it. And so I'd love to know from you, what softened when you stopped resisting what wanted to be felt? Thank you so much for being here. I hope this was helpful. May you soften the resistance and meet what is tender with love and compassion. And remember, the sun amplifies the field, coherence nourishes the seed, and every return strengthens the signal. Thank you so much for being here. See you in the next one.